Growing up, I used to hear a lot of Dominican and Puerto Rican phrases. Today, I want to bring some of those phrases to life one more time. So, the first one that I'm going to point out today, it'll be Yo hablo chino. Yo hablo chino. And this one, I didn't use it or I don't use it a lot when I talk with my Puerto Rican or Dominican friends. But my mom used to use it a lot when she was talking to me. Why? Because every time that she used to tell me to do something, right? Y yo no lo hacía and I didn't do it. So then she aggressively would have said, hey, yo hablo chino. And if I listen to her saying that one more time, yo hablo chino, like, do I speak Chinese? That's what it means, actually. Do I speak Chinese? So I would be just scared because that's what she used to scare the so that's a phrase that she used to use a lot just to tell me like, hey, you have to do this. Every time that she would say, hey, yo hablo chino, like, do I speak Chinese? So she was telling me like, man, I'm not repeating this one more time, all right? So you just have to do it. That's it. You just have to do it. You have to do what I'm telling you. So yo hablo chino. So Latina moms, they are ruthless, man. In conclusion, if you know that someone is pretending not to understand what you're saying in Spanish, and you want to make your point very clear to the point that it sounds rude, so you can use this phrase, which is, hey, yo hablo chino? Do I speak Chinese? Okay, that's enough. Moving on with the second one. Just think about that brother that you have and you have to share your bedroom, all right, with your brother. So therefore, you guys have shared responsibility and he doesn't want to help you, okay? So that's when this phrase come handy, because the way that he would say that he doesn't want to help you is by saying, hey, yo estoy rulay. And that literally means I am chilling, all right? So he's not gonna say like, just leave me alone, I'm not gonna help you, okay? Déjame tranquilo, which isn't that someone would say, but colloquially, the phrase that I wanna bring to you guys today, it'll be yo estoy rulay, because that's a phrase you're gonna hear a lot when you're listening to music and probably when you're listening to interviews and like raw Caribbean content, like Puerto Rican and Dominican content, many videos and all that. So again, so the phrase would be yo estoy rulay, which means I am chilling. And the third phrase, or frase número tres, that I want to point out today, it'll be vamos a darle. So the Spanish phrase vamos a darle literally means let's do it. And that's just that you're gonna listen and you're gonna hear a lot, especially if you're listening to music. Again, if you are listening to raw Hispanic Caribbean content, and if you're talking with your friends, let's say you guys are trying to talk about maybe probably going to the movies tonight, and then so you want your friend to agree on the actual time, and that you guys are going to the movie theater too, all right, to el cine. So then your friend would say, okay, es a las 8, vamos a darle. So let's do it. Okay, for phrase número cuatro, for the phrase number 4, I want you to think about it, how often you've heard the phrase, who do you feeling like today? Or who are you feeling like today? All right. And I'm talking about the English phrase, obviously. Okay. The way that Hispanic people would say that, in this case, Dominicans or Puerto Ricans would say this, is more like privando que, pretending to be. All right. So that's the translation. So de que tú privas, or que tú estás privando. So those are different ways in which you can say, or you can actually convey the same message as if you were using the phrase, who are you feeling like? Or he is feeling like. Él está privando en he, and then so you can use whatever predicate or rest of the sentence you want to add to it. So that's the fourth phrase. Remember, privar is the verb, so then you have to conjugate it as pretty much you wish. So, privando que. And for la frase número cinco, first, just think about being in high school and then you have those very popular girls in high school and they always had something going on. So the way that you call that is an argument, right? So the way that we would call that in Spanish, and we use it a lot in Dominican and Puerto Rican Spanish, and also I know that we use it in other Spanish dialects. Again, finally, the word is here. The word that you guys were expecting for it to be the word bochinche, okay? So the word bochinche. And this word, which means like big argument, doesn't really have to be with like popular girls in high school, which that's pretty much what I already put in your mind. So it also has to be with any type of argument, okay? Any type of big argument can be a bochinche, okay? So let's say that if you have some neighbors and those neighbors have something going on among themselves, so that also can be a bochinche. If there is like a big scandal, all right, or like a gossip going on social media about one specific artist or public figure. So that's another bochinche. So bochinche is just like a big argument if you can simplify it instead of trying to remember all those synonyms. So you can just remember big argument and that would make the trick. Again, so palabra or word or colloquial phrase, frase coloquial, número cinco is the word bochinche. And finally, I would love to end this video by trying to clarify some doubts that you might have or questions about this video. And the first one would be about the colloquial phrase privando en que, which again is a colloquial phrase. And this colloquial phrase has a verb, all right, which is privar. So privar itself is a Spanish verb, which means take away. All right. Take something away from someone. Okay. The president is taking away the freedom of some people. Okay. Personas de libertad. So privar itself, it has different meanings. So I might, just do some more research on that if you want to. So as right now, I just covered the phrase. Okay. Another one would be questions that you might have. Hey, do these phrases actually are used or are these phrases used in Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic like with the same amount of frequency? And the answer is yes. So those phrases, at least the ones I covered today, are used in Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic and also in some other Hispanic speaking countries with the same frequency. And another clarification would be about the phrase Joablo chino. Hey, do I speak Chinese? So that phrase itself can also be used like in a playful way. So I guess it also depends on the context and who are you using it to. So you wouldn't use this phrase probably with older speakers, right? Just to keep and maintain that level of respect. So they might use it with you if you're younger, but so you might not want to use it the other way around. And if there is another phrase that you know that we use in Caribbean Spanish, but we didn't cover or mention here on this video, please just leave us a comment with such phrase, or probably it could be just a word. And so that's going to help others to learn more Caribbean Spanish and just Spanish overall. Finally, if you learn a new word or phrase on this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep learning together.